Hello, everyone, and welcome to this online workshop, IGNrando workshop in English. So, as you might have noticed, we've been organizing these online workshops, webinars, for the past more than a year now, about either IGNrando 101 workshops or on specific subjects about the maps or about security in hiking and in outdoors activities. And we've had a lot of success with those, and we're very happy. We're very happy that a lot of people are showing up and following this content, both live and on our YouTube channel. Whereas IGNrando app focuses on France, and most of our users are French speaking and French. We have a IGNrando English version of the app, and some of you are English speaking, and we've had a bunch of requests to plan a online workshop in English. So here it is. I'm very happy to host this webinar. I'd like to excuse myself in advance if there's I make mistakes in English, or if my descriptions or wording is a bit off sometimes. I'm gonna do my best. What you should remember is, no matter what, if what I say is not 100% clear, or if you need more specific explanation on an issue or a question you might have, you can either email us at our email address, the user support email address, which is ignrando@ubcarta.com. The email address is under this video in the description. You can also leave a comment under the video, and we'll make sure to answer as quick as possible. So there's many ways for you to reach out to us. Just drop us a message, and we'll be happy to hear from you and help you with whichever problem or question you might have. So this is a IGNrando 101 webinar, and we will just go through all the features, the data that you will find in the app. We'll try to do like an overview of what's possible to do, how to use it, tips. Of course, there's going to be some things that are going to be left out. I'm going to try to be synthetic, but focus on the main features and use cases of the app. There are other resources, mainly in French, it's true. So at the user support, we do speak English. So feel free to ask and to reach out, drop us a message if anything is not clear enough. As I said, let's dive in, and I'm gonna start by sharing my phone screen here. I think you can see it. All right. So here is the main map, the main map of the app, and I'm gonna start by describing what we're looking at, the main buttons, and what's on this screen, and then go through the different steps of how to use IGNrando. So we'll start from the upper part of the screen. So on the top left corner, you have a compass. It's a regular compass. The map is oriented to the north by default, and the compass helps you see where's the north, because we also have you can orientate the map like the direction of your phone. We'll see that in a few minutes. On the top part, you also have a search bar here. When I click on it, I go to the this search window, it allows you to search for both um, towns, cities, villages within France, and also look for trails and points of interest that are in the IGNrando database. On the top right corner, you have the map selector. It allows you to choose and select map layers that you have here, all the map layers that the app offers, and also choose from the different overlays that you can for to visualize different kinds of data and information over the maps. On the bottom part, we'll start from the very bottom here. You have the three main navigation buttons. The first one being map. It's the screen that we're looking at right now. Then you have data. Data is where you're going to find all your trails, your points of interest, communities, and your downloaded maps. And the profile section with your account information, subscription information, and the app settings. Also, there's a help section in this profile. Let's go back to the map. Just above these navigation buttons, you have this here is the coordinates of the center of the map and the distance here from my location. So now I have the coordinates of the center of the map here with the cross, and the distance that separates this center of the map from my position right now. Just above, you have this button. When I click on it, it centers the map on my location, and you can see that the button has changed its layout. It's a target, and now when the target is full, means that the map is centered on my position. My position is materialized here by this blue dot, and you can also see the specter of this triangle from my position is the direction of my phone. If I click again on the target, now you can see the map that is going to be that change orientation and is oriented now in the direction of my phone. You can also see on the top left corner here that the compass has also moved. I'm going to click back on the target, and above the target there is a blue plus button that when I click on, I have access to what I would call the main features of the app. We'll get into those in detail in a few minutes. Closing this, and on the bottom left corner, you have two last items. One being the scale. It's sorry, excuse me. I'm gonna change the map layer. Go here. Boom. And if I zoom out, you can see that the scale is changing. There you go. So this is the scale here. And you also have the I button that's gonna gonna give you explanation about everything that's on the both the map and the overlays. Again, we'll get back to the overlays and different maps possibilities and the wide offer a bit later. So let's take the scenario and the situation where you are a IGNrando map user and you want to go on a hike. We'll go in 3 steps basically. One main like big step is beforehand, like what do I do when I'm at home planning for my or my hike. What do I do when I'm on the hike, and what are the different features that I can use when I'm on the hike, and a few things also that I might be doing after the hike. So before the hike, there's different possibilities that are offered depending on whether you have no clue of where you're gonna go, or you have, or you already know and you know what trail you're gonna go. Let's start with when you don't have a clue. You're in a place, and you don't know your surroundings, or you know them very well, and you're looking for inspiration on things that different things from what are your habits and what you're used to doing. You're gonna use the search bar in order to search for trail ideas within the IGNrando database. So you click on the search bar and you're gonna look by location. So um, as I told you, this database concerns France. So we're looking for trails in France and locations in France. I'm going to look for Lesquin. Lesquin is based in the Pyrenees, southwest. And here it is. You have the postal code just to be sure. And I clicked on Lesquin, and I can see here that I have 29 routes, 29 trails in the database. I can also filter those results by category, whether I'm on foot, whether I want to do cycling, like on bike. We can see here that I have one route on bike. Here is, so I'm gonna keep it down. I'm gonna keep like on foot. I can also sort or not filter by length. Here, uh, I can also activate the reference data. Reference data is what we call in IGNrando is the data that has been uploaded by organizations that are recognized for their expertise on a certain area, and that would be national parks, natural parks, like regional natural parks, also destinations, cities, different kinds of organization that upload data on the on IGNrando. You also have a difficulty filter. Just beware that, let's start with the difficulty, but difficulty is a very good example of how filters are very subjective. What's going to be difficult for you is not necessarily difficult for someone else, etc., etc. And are we talking about physical difficulty, or like more of a technical difficulty? So I would say these filters are relevant when we have many options, like a lot of results, to narrow down the results. If the results are not very that many, I would suggest um, to not add filters. Same goes with a category. A trail might have been registered as a snowshoeing trail, uh, but in reality, maybe it can be also hiked in the summer, and it's up to you to. I'm sorry about that. And it's, yeah, I was saying that it's up to you to decide if you can go, if it's appropriate for hiking. So here I'm gonna filter. I'm gonna say on foot, and I'm looking for either easy, average, or difficult trails. And here I'm gonna click on the show results button, and there's two displays for the results. There's one display on the map here, and you have those pins on the map. You also have this carousel here that you can move left and right and go through the results. Once you find something that might be interesting and is caught your attention, let's say in this example, I will choose this trail, this route, the Pic d'Annie depuis le refuge de la Berroite. So I will click on it. It takes a few seconds to load. It is loaded, and I click on this blue button. It's going to download the route and all the information, and it takes me directly to the trail, to the route window. On this window, there's several things. So there's of course the title and the name of the trail. You're gonna have a distance here. You also have a description with pictures, an estimate of duration. Just bear in mind, again, it's like filters, like difficulty, all those things. Duration is just an indication. It's very subjective, depends on so many things, whether this is the weather, your condition, the condition of the group, like of the rest of the people hiking or doing the activity for with you. So it's an indication. You need to evaluate to the duration with a lot many more criterias that are specific to the day that you're gonna be going hiking. So description, you have here you have the elevation profile with um, elevation information about your hike. An interesting feature is, let me here, yes. So I'm gonna drag, see the black dot, sorry, on the elevation profile here on the bottom, and you're gonna see that there's a white dot on the map on the trail that is moving accordingly. It mirrors my movement on the profile, so I can know where exactly is the pick. For example, here it's obvious because the trail is like a hike to a peak, so it's back and forth, so it makes sense that it's exactly in the middle. But well, I can see that, for instance, here I can see that it's making like a kind of a step. This can be a rest after like it's 5 kilometers, almost 6 kilometers. We can have a rest here if needed. So it's a very interesting feature. You also have points of interest that are linked to the route, and from this, yeah, I think this. So this is when you're looking for an inspiration, for you looking for a suggestion of a route to do in your surroundings or in the surroundings of a future destination. So now we're gonna imagine the scenario where either you know exactly what you want to do, or you've taken inspiration from IGNrando, from blogs, from friends, um, uh, from the hotel reception, wherever you are. So you've taken a lot of input here and there, and you want to create your own route, create the hike that you're gonna do today. So, oops, I went way too fast. Sorry about that. So we're gonna start from here randomly. It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna show you how it works. You need to click on this blue button with a cross here, and you're gonna create your route manually. So then we're gonna zoom in wherever. Yeah, we're back here. I'm using a mouse on my phone, which explains sometimes like these like zoom in and out like very fast, because I want you guys to have the mouse and see where I go and where I click. But obviously, it's not ideal with a zoom, zooming in and zooming out. So I need to go back to my phone to do this a bit more smoothly, and so sorry about that. um so let's imagine that we are in Urdos and we want to go on a hike. So we clicked, I'm gonna just go back so that it's clear. I clicked here on this button, create route manually. I'm in Urdos, and then I need to center this red cross. You can see it better on the departure, on the trailhead, the beginning of my trail. Let's say it's here. I click on this plus button to, and then I'm gonna say, okay, we're going to the cabane de Socket. So I validate this button, and as you can see, I dragged a straight line, but IGNrando kind of like created a route on the trails and on the paths that are shown on the map. So this is a feature called here. It's a feature that allows you, with the information, with the paths, trails that are on the IGN maps, to stick to those paths automatically when you only drag like a straight line. We can do it here. It's like even more obvious. I want to go here, and boom. And as you can see, I dragged a straight line, but the app automatically it's like kind of the paths become like kind of magnets, and it creates the trail like this. You can also switch tools. Like there's another tool that's going to be the manual input. So let's say either there's a path that's not on the map, or you're gonna go off path, or whatever the reason is. You want to draw a straight line, so you switch to this tool, and there you go. Here now you can create a trail with straight lines. So please don't do this hike. I'm drawing right now. It's just for the sake of the example and to showcase the different tools, but it's not a hike that should be endeavored. Once you have your the trail you want to be doing, you go on this. You have the check here. Click on it, and you arrive on that screen. That's where you are going to decide for a route name, description. You can edit the duration, change the color. This can be very useful if you are going on like how you call that, walk through, or like many days hike. Then you might want to draw a route with different colors depending on the day. So this is a way you can use this color feature. The opacity of the trail, the category you can change, of course, here, and choose a difficulty if you want, and then you save the route. So it was saved. The altitudes were calculated successfully, as it said. And now you can find, sorry, I went a bit too fast. I'm here. I click on data on the bottom, like it's one of those 3 navigation buttons that I told you about at the beginning. You click on data and then routes on the app. And here it is. That's the last trail we created together, and I click on it, and you have the same panel, the same window as we had with the Pic d'Ani before, the trail that we searched within the IGNrando database. It's the same panel with the same information, but here, as you saw, we didn't fill in a description, so there is no description. But theoretically, I could have put a description and have put pictures and everything, and I could have done exactly the same. I still have, so I have my profile here, the name and the distance as we saw before. So that's, so we're before as in our scenario and what we're building here, where before we looked for a trail or we created our own a trail, and now we're about to go. We're still at home. We're still in an area where we have a mobile network and we're still connected. And the next step would be to download the map. Why should one download the map? There's two main reasons. One, the first and the most obvious reason is you want offline maps for moments where you won't have coverage, mobile network coverage. And this is very important. Otherwise, you will have your position in the middle of the screen and it will be a blue screen. No maps. You'll still have your position, but it won't be on the map. So in order to have your map layer, uh, when you don't have mobile network coverage, you need to download the map. The second reason you want to download the map is because no matter what, even though you might have mobile network coverage, you we suggest it's a suggestion, but we suggest you to put your phone on airplane mode. Why? Because when you're out in nature and you might be out for many hours, morning to evening, or maybe on many days, the battery, the energy of your phone is very precious. You won't have opportunities to recharge the battery. So anything you can do to minimize energy consumption is a good thing. And putting your phone on airplane mode will drastically reduce energy consumption, because your phone won't be trying to connect to the network, which requires a lot of energy. Same goes with taking pictures with your phone, or using many apps, or even just turning it on and looking at the screen. So you want to reduce and be more sober in your phone usage, in order not to have a flat battery by midday. So these are the two reasons why we suggest you to download the maps. There's two ways of downloading the maps. The first one is here from this button. So this button, blue button with the three white dots, is the main button to access the features linked to a specific route, to a specific trail. So here I'm on this route we created together. I click on the button and I have a few different features here, editing or exporting it, but we're gonna go look at the download map. So here is it's the first way, the first way you can download a map. You click on the download map for route, and this feature is going to download a a thin a thin surface, a thin like from each side of your trail. So it will be it will be like an area along the trail. So this is important to bear in mind. You will use this feature when you know that you're going to do exactly this trail and nothing else. It's The width is going to be like 4 kilometers, like 2 kilometers each way, on each side of the trail. This feature is when you know that you're going to be doing this specific trail. You can choose different map layers. On my as far as I'm concerned, it's very personal, but I usually choose these three, the IGN maps on various scales, which includes the IGN topographic map, that is very well known and used among the hiking community here in France. The aerial photos, I think they're very helpful in order to quickly read the surroundings and understand maybe a bit better what's going to be on the map. They're definitely not enough on their own, but I find that they can be very helpful in many situations. And also the OpenStreetMap layer, I think it's very complementary, and sometimes I switch from IGN to OSM maps for when I have doubts, when I'm not completely sure. You can also download the overlays here. Um, it's for instance, I'm not going to go through all the overlays now. Like, we did a specific webinar, it lasted like more than an hour. It takes a lot of time to describe them one by one. um, what I can tell you is that here the roads and paths is an interesting and useful layer that goes with the photos. It's basically a layer that is going to show you the roads and the paths on top of the photos. Of course, if you're going ski mountaineering, slopes over 30 degrees is going to be very interesting as well. And you download the map here. The second, so you can see there's a progress here. Like, my connection is maybe not the best right now because I'm also recording and doing this webinar, but it will go through eventually. The second way of downloading a map is going to be through here, through the map selector. You click here and you have this download a map button that you click. Oh yeah, there's an active download. I'm gonna stop this download. There's no, you understood? Are you sure? Yes, I am sure. Going back to the map. So back here on the map selector, I have this download a map button. I'm gonna go somewhere else. I'll tell you why later. I have this blue, you can see this like blue zone here. It's because I've already downloaded the map here, which is useful because if I go here, I know, oh, I don't need to download this area because it's already downloaded on my phone. So I can go here. I drag the map to, well, let's say I'm around this lake. I went there with friends a few weeks ago. Very nice. So I drag the map, center it on the center, approximately the center of the area that I am going in. I can zoom in and zoom out, like zoom out and zoom in here, and then adjust my square to the exact area I want to download here. Boom. I can choose here a name for the map. Again, I can choose different map layers. I'm gonna just put one for the sake of this webinar to make it quicker. I want to show you something. When I click on the photos here, I have this overlay that appears. When I unclick, boom, the overlay disappeared because it only concerns this map layer. Now I chose my different map layers, my overlays, and I download the map. This map is going to be, so in data, and I have here this window. You can see it's much smaller, like they because I didn't download that many layers, so it's much smaller, much faster. So here I have my map that I just downloaded. I would use this feature if I'm going somewhere and I haven't decided exactly my exact route and my exact hike for the day, or if I'm going on a weekend in an area and I know that I'm going to be doing many hikes over the few days, weekend or week that I'm on vacation there. So there's many reasons why I would use this like zone selection map downloading feature. Now, so I chose my trail, downloaded the map. Before leaving, what I can do, it's also the opportunity to just like as a small reminder, tell you that it's always good to, and more than good, uh, uh, it should be a reflex every time you're going on a hike or on an outdoor activity, especially if you're going alone, is to inform someone close about where you're going and what are your plans in terms of timing, and what time are you planning on being back, and or being connected, so that you can give some news. And in order to do that, you have two things I want to show you. You first have this export route feature. You can export in a GPX file or KML file and send it to someone, even if this someone doesn't have an app, IGNrando app, doesn't really need the route for him or herself. But in case of a problem, when she or he will call the search and rescue teams, uh, they will know, they can inform, they can be okay, I have this person's, like the missing person's exact plan. So it might help, and you might gain a lot of precious time yourself if you're in a delicate, complicated situation. So this is one feature I want to show you. Also want to show you one overlays. As I told you, we're not going to go through all of them, but here we have this emergency calls, uh, and you turn it on or off with this button here. And let me, I'm going to uh, downloading. Gonna take sometimes while it's downloading. I hope if it doesn't download because of my connection now, I'll just explain to you what it is about. We have those two overlays, one being the emergency calls overlay. It's an overlay that shows you in France all the areas where you'll be able to call 112 emergency number. So this is a European number that works in all of Europe and allows you to call emergency and search and rescue teams in case of a problem. It's you don't need to be connected to your own mobile network provider, but to any mobile network provider, whether they're French or, I don't know, Spanish on the Pyrenees here, just across the border. So as long as you're connected, as your phone is operated, then you can reach, you can call emergency numbers like 112. So this overlay shows you where you can call from. Just bear in mind that this overlay, this information is calculated. It was not measured on the ground. So it's a theoretical information. It can be off sometimes due to either miscalculations, but also, I don't know, weather or any other external factor that we're not responsible for. But it's an indication, and it's a first step. Yeah, the downloading is taking too much time, so it's not worth showing you right now. Because yeah, I'm on my computer, and there's a lot of with this video, there's a lot of bandwidth that is used at the same time. So yes, it's important, and it's also important so that you can tell people, okay, it seems like I'm gonna be off grid for, I don't know, the second half of my hike. Seems that I won't have any coverage, so won't be able to reach out to me. I won't be able to reach out to you. It's normal, and just have this in mind. This set of data comes from ARCEP, which is like the official mobile and networks in general, networks, telephone networks office in France, who's in charge. Well, we took this data and put this data on the app for in order to upgrade our users' security. Now we're prepared. We know where we're going. We have our map, and let's go hike. uh there's different We're going to start with something you need to maybe prepare a little bit just before going, but it's something that's going to be useful when your hike, is the location sharing feature. So this location sharing feature allows you to share your position from one IGNrando account in one device to another IGNrando account on another device. Also, have this in mind, it's a free feature, both to share or to receive someone else's location. So you can have someone from your close environment download IGNrando map just to have to use the location sharing. This will be free for him or her. uh, I click on location sharing, and here I have the friends following me. I can turn on the sharing, turn it off. When I turn it on, I have a few things I can, like the sharing frequency, I can adjust, and also, etc., etc. And also here I have the people that I'm following that are sharing their location to me. I can also turn that following friends feature on or off. That's how Obviously, that's how I'll see people on the map, and I'll be seen by the people I'm sharing my location with. Obviously, this feature needs data. It's information that it's sent from one phone to the other phone. So when you will be off grid and not connected to the mobile network, to your mobile network, and it's not the emergency calls network, well, your position, your location won't be shared with this person. It's the limit of the technology, I would say, but they will know the last known position. So in case of a problem, they at least have this. And if they have the your plans, like which route you're planning on going on, like what's your adventure, and your last position, well, it's already a lot. It's much better than nothing if search and rescue teams need to come and look for you. So this was the location sharing, and now I'm going on the route. Let's go back to my sorry, data. I'm going on the This is the route that we created together a few minutes ago. Click opening the route panel, and then clicking on the blue button with the three dots on the bottom right corner. Click on it, and I have this blue button, start guiding. So if I start, I click it now, I'm going to show what it does. It's because I'm not close to this route, it will tell me that I'm off. See, like the GPS detects that you're far away from this route. So I'm going to stop guiding. But basically, what is this? It's a feature that allows you, like, to put your phone in your pocket and start walking or start cycling or start whatever, and the app will send you and will alert you when you're off the trail, and you can adjust this, what we call the out of route alarm. You can either turn it on or off here and adjust if it's gonna notify you only once or every 30 seconds with a sound and or a vibration. And you also have a tolerance parameter here. You can decide starting from which distance from the planned trail when you're away of like 30 meters or 70 meters when this alarm is going to turn on. That's the first, like, one usage you can do of IGNrando app to go on a hike. Maybe like the first and more like simple usage of it is not to load a specific trail, just use IGNrando app, sorry, as a map viewer and a location like a GPS. So you have your map, you have your location, and it's enough for you, maybe. So that's the first um, use. The second use is the one I showed you, the guiding, and then you have another use when you're on your hike, is to start a new recording. So I'm going to click here. Yes, I authorize notifications. I click here, start new recording, and you can see here this red dot on the blue button means that the recording has started. I can drag this panel up. I have a few like the main information here, like the time. You can see the time. Here, elevation gain. Here, obviously, I'm not moving at my desk right now, so most of these are not changing, which is completely normal. The recording time, you can change those. See the moving time. It's not moving. It's not going up, obviously, because I'm not moving. So the phone, the app detects if the phone is moving, and so you can have the more precise information and the total time. You have total distance that it walked, your coordinates, the GPS precision. Here I'm inside. I'm on my desk inside. So obviously the precision is not good. There's walls around me. I'm in an old house, like the walls are thick, so precision is not very good. It's going to be the same also in the even in nature. If you're like under very thick trees and forest, or and the weather is like really bad and clouds, also the mountains around you can also have an effect. Or so bear in mind that in general GPS coverage is like excellent, but there can be situations that if there's a physical barrier between you and the satellites that are up there, then the precision might go down and or even be like completely off. So just it's important to have this in mind. I'm gonna stop the recording. Click here because it doesn't have much sense. I'm gonna delete it. Yes. And when you actually record and you're moving and you have start having a trail, so you see a trail on your map, and then when you save your recording, it will show up. So here in data, routes, and routes on the app, click here and it will show here. Obviously now I cancel it because there was no recording, no points recorded because I didn't move. But as soon as you start moving even a little bit and you save your recording, it will show up here with also your created routes. So we saw the location sharing, we saw the guiding, we saw the recording of a hike and how it goes. Now, what I can show you is this the last feature, like on this menu. It's something that you might use while on the hike, but also maybe after. Um, it's a public um, French public program that helps crowdsource reports about problems one might encounter in the outdoors, whether this is garbage illegally dropped and thrown away in nature, or it can also be a bridge that is broken or damaged because of the floods, or you have a um, a path that was that is obstructed by I don't know, by a barrier, because of cattle or anything that you might consider being a problem, doesn't go to us. We just put that feature on the app, and the information goes directly to Suricat and to this program, and they are sending it next to the people in charge locally. Sorry, abandon here, and you will be informed about how your problem was acknowledged, registered, and hopefully resolved quickly. So this is about Suricat. I'm trying to think if I've forgot anything. So yes, here, well, maybe to in order to close and to wrap up this webinar, you have a help section here that's going to be in French. So as I told you, everything is mainly in French when it comes to IGNrando for many reasons. We're making, and we're going to make more effort to create content, and for English speaking users, it's taking time. Thank you very much for your patience, and it's because you asked about this webinar, for instance, that it happens. So yeah, continue reaching out to us, and we're happy to see that it's IGNrando is growing outside the borders and outside the strictly French speaking world. Here in the about section, sorry, you have the user support email address. So once again, feel free to reach out. I myself, I'm answering to messages together with a team. I think that I went through most feature. There's other things, but I want to keep it simple for this first, like this again 101 webinar IGNrando. There are other features maybe more like complicated. Maybe before letting you go, what I want to tell you is about the subscription, where there is a 23 euros subscription. The app, when you download the app, IGNrando app, it's free and it works. I mean, it has everything, all the features needed to work. We offer a subscription to upgrade the app in order to have more features. So this subscription is at 23 euros a year, and it includes different things. The main things that you need to remember is the topographic IGN maps. So you have access to those thanks to the subscription. The map downloading feature is also a feature included in the subscription. And lastly, it's the route creation, the automatic routing, the one I showed you where I drag a straight line and the app is gonna go through the existing paths on the map. So these are the three main features that come with our subscription. Thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much for sending us emails and asking for more. It just makes us better. I'm sorry if sometimes I didn't have the exact words, and if my English was not exactly what like very precise sometimes. Again, feel free, no offense taken, feel free to tell me, to tell us, and if something was not clear, we'll make sure to either add precisions in the descriptions, but also directly to you if you write us an email. Thank you very much, and see you soon. And yeah, enjoy the great outdoors. Bye.